Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Wine on Saturday, wine on Sunday. But Coach told me I can never miss a Monday.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in our lovely city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in on this Monday evening. Man, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here this week. But first thing, get involved in tonight's show. Take your smartphone and record yourself asking Coach Mike a relevant real estate question. You can send it to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show hotline at the number you see on the screen. And our super producer, Jay Joseph, will check out the question, and those that are most fit may very well be answered on tonight's show. So let's get involved. Let's get in the chat rooms. Let's get involved in tonight's show. And I thank everyone for tuning in. I want to introduce my co-host. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, but he is also, most importantly, the co-founder of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him for carving some time out of his busy schedule on this Monday evening, just like he does on every Monday evening around this same time. I'd like to introduce, you know him as Mr. Michael G. Davis, but let's introduce to the show, Mr. Coach Mike. How you doing?
What is up, man? I'm excited, brother.
Hey, man, the energy is crazy, man. I'm super excited about tonight's show. What's in the air, Coach Mike? What's got you so up? What's got me so up, man? What's been going on? How was this weekend? How's the world of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm currently?
Hey, man, we are cranking it out, brother. We are finding the gaps in the industry, and we plugging them. We plugging these gaps for these people out here, man, that's talking about real estate. You know, they like to throw that question about, and as a matter of fact, I think it might be one of our text questions today about the market. Look, man, it's a great time. Let's get it done.
Absolutely, man. I agree totally. It's amazing how the real estate market can supposedly swing off what people see on the news or online or the rumors about interest rates and recessions, man. But I tell everyone who's a real estate professional, especially here in the great state of Texas, man, we enjoy the luxury of working in a market that's always thriving, that is still very healthy. And for that, me and people like myself and you, Coach, are both very thankful.
Absolutely, man. I told her, I said, man, stop listening to that stuff. Call me. Don't listen to that stuff.
Hey, Coach, man, the text questions, the text line, the interaction that we get during the show and even throughout the week when we're not broadcasting live is just something that's been overwhelming. Could you just speak to our audience, Coach, about the feedback that you get from members of the audience in the real estate community when it's in regards to the Monday Night Live call-in show?
Rick, they love it, man, because we're out here answering questions that, like, people, like new agents, they need to get these questions answered. Like, a lot of them, they're not getting access to their brokers. Brokers not available because they out there trying to do deals. You know, top producing agents not going to have time. So, you know, to be able to, you know, they can't go to new agents because the new agents don't know neither. None of them know nothing. So you got to, you know, for us to have a platform for people to come and get these basic questions answered and to kind of pick our brains, being able to offer our time to the people like that. People are finding a lot of value in that, man. And we can really appreciate how excited everybody is with what we're doing.
And, you know, you spoke about how accessible you want to be to new agents as far as mentorship and education. Coach, it's just, even with a market that's supposedly struggling, it's so many people who are still drawn to real estate as a profession and a career. There's still students, still graduates coming out of all the different real estate schools. And do you have a message for those newly licensed agents, Coach Mike, as they embark on their career in real estate?
And I got a big message for them. Look, real estate is a great career to be in. What can kill it for you or any new agent is not having the right support around you, period. Mm-hmm. If you connect with a brokerage firm or you connect with a community and they don't hold your hand, like a lot of new agents are reluctant to ask a broker when they're interviewing brokers. They're reluctant to ask, I need you to hold my hand. The reality is that that's what you need. And to think any otherwise, you're setting yourself for a major disappointment. You have, with the support and the being intentional about taking action, doing something, even if you don't know what you should be doing or if it's the right thing to do. Once you verify or validate whoever is giving you the advice is the truth, is legit, man, do what they tell you to do, because it's not going to make sense to you because you don't know.
You know, it speaks to your point about just doing and not necessarily worrying about the outcome at first. Coach Mike, one of the messages that you share with the team over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm is how professional real estate people are doing something every day. Could you just share that message with our audience for the Monday Night Live show?
Hey, man, don't get it twisted. You can't be out here calling yourself a real estate professional and you're not doing real estate activities every day.
Every day.
Hey, look, it's okay. Look, it's okay if you're not doing real estate activities every day. That's all right. But you can't call yourself a real estate professional because we do real estate activities every day. I mean, Rick, don't you do real estate activities every day?
Every day. Absolutely.
As long as I've been in real estate, every day, I've been doing real estate activities. And don't worry about part-time, full-time, dual career, any of that stuff. That don't matter. If you're a real estate professional, whether you got another career or not, that you're working alongside of what you're doing with your real estate, got to be doing real estate activities every day. Every day.
You know, it's I'm excited about today's episode because there seems to be a certain synergy between the questions that are coming in on the text line, your energy, and just the way that the market is moving right now, Coach. So if you're ready, man, I want to get to these text line questions, man, because they're coming hot off the presses this week.
Let's go, man. Let's jump right on into it.
Question number 1, Coach Mike, should you have at least a part-time job when you first start real estate? Look, there it is, Coach.
Look, man, it's like we can tell the future, man. We're just manifesting what we want. Rick.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing. So, I mean, that's a great question. Again, it depends on the circumstances of the individual. My belief is, Rick, is if you've been really good as it relates to understanding your requirements of your basic necessities. And if you've saved up, say 8 to 12 months of your basic necessities, you have that put to the side. Now, I don't know how you got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of activities that you may have been doing to get you a big lump sum of cash like that. But, if you have about 8 to 12 months of your basic needs, and I mean basic needs, Rick, I'm not talking about, I like to go hang out, I like to go splurge, I like to go do this. No, I'm talking about, buckling down. You got rent, you got food, you got gas, you got your basic stuff. That all may add up to about $3,000, and then you just gonna have to rough it out, right? So if you got about 8 months of that, that 8 times 2 is about 24,000. Boom. I don't think you need to. Matter of fact, I encourage you not to, right? What I would say is don't do what I did. And I mean this. If you don't have any money saved up, right? or you have a very few, like you got maybe a couple of months saved up, get you some alternative source of income, because the last thing you need is to need the money from your clients. Because the business that we're in, Rick, it's about nurturing, it's about patience, it's about relationship, it's about care and empathy, it's about all of that. Well, you really can't provide all of that if your next meal is dependent on this person making a decision, right? Human nature is gonna kick in, right? Your survival is gonna begin to take precedence over service. So that's why you can't be thinking about how your bills is gonna get paid. You can't be looking at your clientele and your new clients as this is my immediate meal ticket. The last thing that a farmer needs to do is go out and plant a garden and he hungry. And he's saying, man, I'm planting this garden right now because I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat right now. Yeah, you're going to be frustrated when it take you 8 months for that potato to grow. I'd be frustrated too in them 8 months.
Absolutely.
And that's what it is in this business. Like, it takes time for things to materialize. It's going to take time. So, you got to go all in, and you got to be patient for this stuff to turn over. So if you don't have any money saved up, then yeah, you definitely need to have some other career, other job, other source of income. Split those hours, allow that real estate business to be a dual career for you. So you're not worrying about how you're going to get your bills paid, because it's not going to work if that's the mindset that you have and what you're worried about. And it's human nature. So it's not like you can turn it off, Rick. You're going to, unconsciously, you're going to be apprehensive because you're going to be worried and you're going to be anxious about, I had a friend of mine, he said about just making it to Friday. Back in the day, Rick, they used to get that paycheck on Friday, every Friday. Mm-hmm. What they do, they get that paycheck, then they spend all their money on the weekend partying, then they go back to work and they just try to
get the next Friday.
So if you're approaching this business and that's what it's about for you, you check to check, you build a bill, that anxiety and that tension that's going to come from that, it's not going to contribute to your success in this business. So hopefully I answered that question for him, Rick.
No, great job answering that question. I just wanted to double down with a point that you made earlier about doing real estate activities every day. I think the thing that I would want people in the audience to take from what you just spoke about is that you can have dual career. But what happens a lot of time, and Coach Mike, I'm sure you've seen this, is that people will use the job that they have as a reason or excuse why they're not performing real estate activities. And if you are organized, if you are time sensitive, if you are efficient as far as your work and your movements and your travel, you can make real estate a part of your dual career. But it is most important, it's imperative, like you mentioned before, that there has to be real estate activities done every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's a lifestyle. It's just like you use, just like you mentioned with your farmer analogy, which I think is very apropos. You have to continuously plant these crops for the crop to eventually come in. And you have to have your life organized where in between the crops coming in, as you said, Coach Mike, you're not starving to death. So right. I think you did a great job answering that question. I hope everyone in the audience was able to take that gem and add it to either their thought process or some of their decision-making processes as they move forward.
Absolutely. Because look, Rick, the last thing that you want to do as a farmer is to begin harvesting your crop too soon. Right? If it's not ready, you got excited because you start seeing the little fruit or the vegetable pop up out the ground, but it ain't ready. You start pulling that thing up, you're not going to enjoy what you eat. It's not ready. And, in real estate, the connection can be made when you start seeing a little bit of hope of something, but it ain't ready, right? And you start pushing, you start pressing, and you can kill the deal. So it's very key that anybody that's listening, that's about to get into this business and about to get licensed or they're newly licensed, you cannot come into this business thinking that you're going to start making money immediately. you're going to start making money tomorrow. That's not going to happen. It is going to take some time for this new skill set that you're beginning to learn, for that new skill set to materialize into tangible funds for you. It is going to take time for that to happen. And it's nothing against you as a person or individual. This business is tough. It's complicated. And you have to be patient with the process. There's no shortcuts. I think that's going to be a new one for me, Rick.
No shortcuts in this game.
There are no shortcuts in this business. There's no shortcuts in real estate, being a realtor. There are no shortcuts. So you gotta make sure you have your stuff in place and ready. So like you said before, Rick, that you're not starving to death while you're waiting on things to materialize.
No, I mean, we can't emphasize this enough. Preparation, planning is the key. You can have a full-time career, part-time career, but you must commit to yourself, commit to your loved ones, and commit to your future when it comes to performing real estate activities on a daily basis, man. So once again, Coach, man, I want to thank you again, because I know there's so many members of our audience that needed to hear that message, man. You know, we got another question came in from the text line that I know you'd be interested in, Coach Mike. So if you're ready, I want to go back to the text line for question number 2. Coach Mike, what are your thoughts about everything that's going on right now in the real estate marketplace? Well, okay, until we get Coach Mike back online, it's really interesting, because we spoke about this at the introduction of tonight's show. The real estate industry, especially in the state of Texas and the city of Houston, is thriving, is moving forward, and is providing everyone in the greater Houston area who would like to make home ownership a priority. Is giving everyone the opportunity to do that. Now, with some of the interest rates rising up and some of the inventory getting lower, what that's going to do is going to put an emphasis on the real estate professionals to be better at their job, to study more, to educate themselves on a higher level, so that you can service clients that have unique needs, unique wants, that have a situation that may be just a little bit outside of the norm. So as a real estate consumer or prospective buyer, seller, or investor, you should feel comfortable with the fact that as the real estate market tightens, as things become more difficult, that's when the cream will rise to the top in regards to the real estate professionals, the realtors, the lenders, the appraisers, and the inspectors. Because when the market is great and everything is grandiose, anyone who may not be very experienced can come out and fashion themselves as a real estate professional. But just like Coach Mike mentioned, those true professionals are providing services and doing real estate activities every day. So as the market changes, those true professionals like Coach Mike and myself are adjusting along with the market. So for instance, right now, with interest rates are what they are, there have been all types of new products that lenders are providing. Leaders like Coach Mike and everyone at the Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm have been providing that type of education for not only real estate professionals, but also those that are in the market for a new home. How you doing, Coach Mike? It's good to see that you're back, brother.
I'm back, man. The internet ain't gonna hold me down, Rick. It ain't holding me down.
No, it's just that what I've been discussing with the audience is pretty much what we talked about at the intro of tonight's show, is that the real estate market is still healthy. It just puts more of an onus on the real estate professionals to better educate themselves, to add new tools to our tool belt, so that we're able to assist, help, and work with a more diverse range of possible clients. And those clients that may have unique needs and unique circumstances.
Absolutely. I get that question all the time. It's crazy. People are always asking about, what are your thoughts about the market, or what are your thoughts about everything going on? Look, man, it's a market. Like nobody goes to the grocery store and be like, hey, what do you think about the grocery market? Like, what do you mean? Like, it's always gonna be people buying, and it's always gonna be people selling. There's always gonna be product for sale in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
There's always gonna be people going to the grocery store to buy stuff. It's the same thing in real estate. There are always gonna be people selling something, selling real estate, selling land, selling houses, needing rentals. It's always gonna have somebody on the selling end of it, and you're always gonna have somebody on the purchasing end of it. Period. So to your point, Rick, what it is really is this. As a real estate professional, you have to understand what is available and what's accessible out there in the marketplace for you to assist your client. It's kind of like a doctor, right? A doctor has to constantly read books, read journals. They have to constantly go to conferences. They have to constantly be up to speed on the procedures that are available, the medications that are available, like the solutions. We'll use that.
Mm-hmm.
Sum it all up in saying doctors have to be well aware and up to speed on all the available solutions that they could have access to help someone who is in need, who has a diagnosis, who has a health challenge, right? They need to be constantly up to speed on everything that they have accessible. So because there are things in 2022 that wasn't available in 1922, right? There were still doctors back then. There were still diseases back then. There were still people that needed help back then. But over a 100-year period, things have constantly changed, right? Nobody's going up to doctors and saying, hey, man, what you think about this new medical market? What do you think about new medicine? Like, nobody's doing that. It's everything that's the one constant in the world is change. So that's what it is here with real estate. Yeah, there are adjustments, right? There are new, like there are diseases in 2022 that weren't here in 1922, COVID, right? But guess what? People make adjustments. They react to it. They introduce new medicines, vaccines, things, right? That's all the market does. It makes adjustments. It makes shifts. But with every shift, with every adjustment, there's something that's being introduced to be able to, we'll say, combat, right? Or deal with that adjustment. So as real estate professionals, there's always going to be something that we have access to that can assist with what a person's real estate need is, as long as we don't get complacent and as long as professionals we don't get lazy, which is what happens sometimes. Customers, they connect with the wrong real estate professional. They connect with the wrong person that is not staying up to speed. They aren't reading the magazines. They aren't going to the conferences. They aren't well versed on the different techniques or options that are available in the marketplace to help with whatever nuances that are thrown at us. Because at the end of the day, Rick, we're just here to help people with whatever real estate need that they have. Whether that's selling a house, whether that's buying a house, whether that's investing in a property, whether that's an apartment, whether that's a rental home, whatever the need is. As long as we diagnose, we ask questions, we get an understanding, and then we prescribe a solution based off of what we know is available in the market to help those individuals. It's so simple, Rick, but it just seems like it's so complicated to execute, and I don't understand why. We overthink it.
No, absolutely. I agree totally, because something as simple as interest rates for home loans. Everyone's talking about how high the interest rates have gotten or that they're rising. And we're only talking about 1.5, 2 points. And for those that are educated and those in the real estate community, we understand that there are ways to get discount points on interest rates, that a potential buyer and or seller can invest funds in getting an interest rate lower.
Right.
So from that standpoint, there is no challenge that we can't come up with a solution to get past. So from that standpoint, I urge everyone, if you are on the sideline, if you've been considering buying or selling, or even becoming a professional investor, reach out to myself, reach out to Coach Mike, because there is no time like today. I repeat, there is no time like today. You know, Coach Mike, one of the cool things about doing this show with you is that we are able to answer so many questions from real estate professionals, those that are looking to buy homes, those that are looking to sell homes. But so the one aspect in that a group that is investing in real estate that I think sometimes are underserved are those professional investors, those that are property owners, landlords, those that are renting out property. And we have an important question on the text line from someone that is particularly interested in the professional investing avenue. So if you don't mind, Coach Mike, I want to get to their question so that you could provide them with some insight on how they should think about investing from their perspective.
Hey, man, I can't wait. Let's do it.
Coach Mike, as a first-time landlord, should I try managing my own property or hire a company?
Okay. That's not a bad question, man. That's not a bad question at all. I don't think either one of those is a wrong answer. Like, I don't think there's any way to go wrong with whether you decide to manage it yourself or whether you decide to hire a company. I don't think you can go wrong either way. Okay. Personally, for my very first one, I would try to manage it myself. And the reason that I would do it myself first, not necessarily to save money so I can keep all the money, just so I can understand what's required, right? So by me understanding, have a level of expectation of, if I do choose to hire somebody, what will be required of them for me to properly, what it'll do is it'll give me a working knowledge as a way to understand. So when I'm out there talking to companies, property management companies or property managers, and then they begin to outline for me what services they offer, it'll make sense. Like, it won't be a foreign language to me, right? Because if I've never done this before, they may start using terms and start explaining scenarios to me, and I don't have a clue of what they're talking about because I'm just ignorant of this particular thing. So for me personally, I would choose to manage it myself at first. Now, if you decide to go the other way, because obviously managing it yourself is going to take up your time, and you may not have time to devote to that. That's why you pay people and you leverage other people's time, and you leverage systems and things so you can redeem back your time. So you may not have the time or the desire, period. Well, you connect with the right company, right? You can always look at reviews. You can look at ratings of the companies. You can seek out recommendations and referrals from people, right? That's the thing right now. Like, if you want to get a recommendation, or you want to get a testimony, or you want to get an idea or reputation, you want to test a company's reputation, it's easy. In this digital era that we're in right now, it's very easy to test a person's reputation. So, as long as you do your due diligence with whatever company or companies that you're considering, and you get that feedback from live customers, I think you'll be fine either way, Rick.
No, and I agree. And the thing that I would like to add to what you mentioned for that question is that, like you said before, Coach, you always want to have a working knowledge of the business that you're in, especially if it's your first property, meaning that you only have one. You can keep your arms around the process. You can nurture it. And most importantly, this is something that you speak about a lot, is that you can refine your process.
Right.
Write it down, document your process, and then you can rinse and repeat. That's how the highly successful real estate investors build their portfolios and built the amount of homes that they not only own, but then they also have in the market as rentals, and how they maximize their profits after maintaining the property and servicing the needs of the people that rent from them. So, like Coach Mike said, take heed to his advice. If you are investing in your first property, and it's a rental property, be hands-on. Work with the renters. make sure that you document your processes as far as how you communicate, how you maintain the properties, and most importantly, Coach Mike, and this is something that you talk about a lot, is how you vet those potential renters. Because if you can get your processes in place where you always have a pool of potential A+ renters, the business will not only be something that would be fruitful, but it'll also be something where you can have that extra added value of knowing that you're assisting and helping so many people who may not necessarily be able to have the quality of home or live in the quality of residence that you as a landlord can provide.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's great advice right there, Rick. I think that's excellent advice out there, Rick, because the one thing that we know is hard to get them out once you get them in that house. If you pick the wrong one, it's hard to get them out. It's hard to get them up out that house. Especially
and Coach Mike, I know this wasn't part of the question, but could you just give our audience a little bit of your insight as far as processes, documenting your processes, and refining it so that you can get your business on that rinse and repeat type of cycle?
No, I mean, I think it's definitely something that's critical. But here's my little caveat to that, though, Rick. What I've realized is that there are some people out there that they are systems, they're quality control people. Like they are, systems, SOPs. They're really good at taking a process and documenting it. They're really good at it. But on the other side of that spectrum, Rick, is some people out there that's really, really bad at that. I mean, they can execute, right? They can execute, they can sell, they can be the face, they can bring a lot of energy and personality to what it is that we're looking to achieve. They can get the job done, but they can't capture it. They can't document it. They can't record it. So if you're on the side where you can capture it and you're really good at that, like that, I'm on that side, Rick. I've kind of evolved, right? So, I'm on that side where I'm really good at systems and documenting and that. But I've been doing this so long, Rick, that I have zero desire to do that anymore. To document it. I want somebody to follow me and just take down what I'm doing.
Right.
You document it. You put it in a process. Because it could be pretty extensive. So whether you're capable of doing it, I did it for years myself, whether you're capable of doing it because it is so critical, or if you're not, then you got to get somebody that can document it for you, that can put it on paper for you, that can organize it in such a way to where others, when they read it, when you hand it to them, they could follow it like an instruction manual. Like, it's critical. So it's not one of those things that you can say, oh, I'm not good at it, so I'm just not going to have them. Not if you're going to scale. If you're going to scale, if you're going to grow, it's imperative that you have that manual, because at some point you're going to have to, first you start off by leveraging systems, which is still you doing it, but you're doing it efficiently because you're abiding by these systems. So you're capturing all of your time. You're not wasting any time or losing any time trying to recall what it is you should be doing in this particular instance. So that's your first layer. Well, then the next layer after that is being able to leverage other people's time, right? So that's how you expand. And you're never going to be able to do either one of those. You're never going to be able to leverage systems, the power of systems, or the power of other people's time and expand without having documented standard operating procedures or something on black and white. So it's critical that you have them if you're going to grow.
Oh, no, like I said before, today's episode, man, I feel like we were able to help buyers, sellers, investors, and real estate pros all in one episode, man. So Coach Mike, my hat's off to you. I want to thank you so much, because I know these questions, even though you have so much experience, these questions that come, that there's the person on the other end of the laptop or the cell phone that sent in that question to us is something that's really been weighing on their heart. And I hope everyone in the audience can understand how seriously we take this responsibility, that you take your responsibility as a motivator, inspiration, and a real estate leader, how that's something that you wake up with, you sleep with, you live with. This is a lifestyle for you. It's a lifestyle for myself. And I hope that we're touching all those like-minded real estate pros out there who are, like you said, Coach, doing real estate activities every day, because the real estate community, the consumers, the buyers, the sellers, and the investors, they deserve to have the most educated real estate professionals in their market, and that's absolutely possible. So thank you for everything that you do, Coach Mike. And for the audience, man, what's going on this week at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm? What can we expect from Brooks and Davis TV? And what's going on over there at the brokerage?
Oh man, we got a jam-packed week, man. It's one of those them super weeks. I'm gonna start calling them super weeks. When we're doing a lot of stuff. It's a mouthful kind of doing the rundown, but I love it though. I love how active that we are. I feel like it's a big asset to the industry. Tomorrow we're going to be interviewing one of our agents, Miss Marissa De Leon. She's one of our newest agents. Super excited to hear her story and talk with her. She's a realtor. She's also an outdoors woman. So we're going to be interviewing her to find a little bit more out about Marissa. So she's going to be on the Real to Life podcast. We're going to be going live on our Facebook business page as well as our YouTube channel. That's going to be tomorrow at 12:30 as a part of BND TV. We're also going to be doing at 2:30. We're going to be doing our Mastermind Through Tough Times. So we got a new show, new Mastermind Through Tough Times episode tomorrow. We'll have my co-host Margaret back. She's been on vacation, jet setting. So can't wait to get her back in the studio tomorrow to do our Mastermind Through Tough Times. Just real estate professionals talking about randomness. So our random topic tomorrow: get paid to recycle the plastic in your blood. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow at 2:30. Yeah, I didn't even know that we had blood in our plastic in our blood, but guess what? We're going to be talking about that on tomorrow. So that's tomorrow at 2:30. Join in the conversation. Again, we're going to be going live as a part of BND TV, going live on our Facebook business page and our YouTube channel. Got a couple of good training events on Wednesday and Thursday at 12 o'clock. It's going to be at 12. And make sure that you RSVP at our events page on www.brooksanddavis.com. So on Wednesday, continuing in our digital marketing series, we're talking all things digital marketing. This will be our third session. We started it off talking about social media, kind of giving a big overview around the multiple social media platforms and social media strategy. And then we doubled it up with marketing, like marketing with flyers, flyer design, digital flyers. So that's what we did last week. And then this week, we're going to be talking about how to deliver the messaging, right? So we're going to be talking about email marketing. We're going to be talking about text message marketing strategies on how to deliver it to where it can have the most impact and the most effect when you're looking to promote business products and service, when you're looking to offer personalized interactions with the right audience, and then we're also going to be talking about how to implement the 4 types of successful email marketing campaigns. So that's going to be a great training that we're going to be doing on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to be bringing in one of our partners. Home Partners of America is going to be coming in and talking about their lease purchase program. It's going to be a lunch and learn. We like to bring them in maybe once a quarter just to keep it fresh. Again, earlier, Rick, we talked about the different resources that are in the marketplace to help with some of the nuances in the market. And Home Partners is definitely one of those. And they're going to be talking about marketing strategies to generate more leads. So again, we're always about attracting business. That has to be a part of what you do. So come on Thursday, 12 o'clock. We're going to be having Home Partners talk to us about their program and how you can use it as a tool to help more people attract more leads so you can ultimately grow your business and make more money. Remember, you do not have to be an agent with Brooks and Davis to attend anything that we got going on. What we do is for the industry, right? So come learn, come get the information, come grow so we can provide a better service to the marketplace. Thursday, we're having our monthly career night. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to be in the building. Hashtag the industry's broker. Hey, I'm the broker for everybody. Look, if your broker won't answer the phone, call me. Right? I'm gonna take care of you. I'll answer your question. I'm the self-proclaimed industry's broker. So meet me in person at the Coaching and Training Center. Going to be on this Thursday at 5:00. You can learn more about what Brooks and Davis has to offer. You may be considering making a change. You just want to learn more about what we're doing and maybe what our philosophy is as it relates to support and development. The one thing I can say, Rick, is that we are determined to be the absolute best at agent development. And we are looking for people to come partner with us in that vein. If you have a desire to where you want to mentor, you want to coach, you want to support new agents as they come into this business, like we really want to be evolve ourselves into a vocational training academy for new agents or people in this business that need to learn this career. They want to learn it, the nuts and bolts, the hands-on. And if you're the type of person like me that gets fulfillment out of teaching and helping others and showing other new agents what to do, we want you to come alongside of us. So if I'm talking to you, then I would love to meet you on Thursday at our Coaching and Training Center so we can talk more about, how we compensate individuals that come in as mentors for us and as coaches for us, so we can provide those layers of support and really help agents understand how to do this business the right way, help the most amount of people, and make some good money. So that's going to be on this Thursday at 5:00. I'm also at that time going to be going live on Instagram as well. So if you're not able to come in, you can at least participate as well on Instagram, IG Live with @CEO Coach Mike, because that's my handle on IG. So that's going to be going on at 5:00 as well. And then finally, to cap off a very eventful, first 6 months, we're going to be doing our Sunday. It's going to be our fan reunion. July 31st is going to be huge, our huge event. On July 31st, we're going to have bouncies. We're going to have food. We're going to have fun, drinks. Just bring the whole family. Bring everybody. Bring your clients. This is for our agents. We want our agents to come. We want our agents' clients to come. Brooks and Davis clients. We want Brooks and Davis fans, people that just rock with us, that like what we're doing, that's been with us. Hey, man, just come. Everything's, it's on us. Let's have a good time. So it's going to be on Sunday, July 31st, and it's going to be starting at 11 o'clock, and that's going to be at Tom Bass Park. So, again, everything's on the website, brooksanddavis.com. You can learn more about everything. Make sure you RSVP, reserve your spot for everything that we talked about so we know who's coming. But, yeah, man, we are going to have we're going to close the month out strong.
Absolutely.
Coming down the pipeline.
I want to invite everyone in the audience, if you enjoy Monday Night Live, please take some time this Thursday at noon to check out the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. Myself and the other co-founder, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, we talk about everything real estate. We have different guests. We have realtors, inspectors, appraisers, lenders, and other influential entrepreneurs and business people from all over the real estate spectrum. We host that show. It starts at noon on Thursday on our Facebook business page. And those episodes debut on the Prime Real Estate Network YouTube channel on Sundays at 6 p.m. Central. So everyone, you're invited. Like, subscribe, share, so that we can try to get ourselves out there in that YouTube algorithm. Coach Mike and myself want to thank everyone in the audience who support us, because everyone who checks out this show, likes it, and shares it, you have no idea how much we appreciate the support. So, Coach Mike, any final words for the audience before we sign off this week from Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show?
Man, Rick, I think we gave him a lot today, man. We gave him a lot to chew on. So we're just going to let him go easy.
Hey, man, look. On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and Mr. Michael G. Davis, CEO Coach Mike. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in. If you need us in the meantime, in between time, we're here for you always. You can reach either of us directly on Instagram. And until next Monday in the 7 o'clock hour, everyone out there, please be safe and be blessed.